In this video, we're going to talk about how to write a quadratic equation if you just know the vertex and one other point, or if you just know the roots and one other point. Okay, so we're going to break it into two sections. First, we'll talk about what do you do if you know the vertex and then one other point. And here I have the steps written out for you. So you can go ahead and copy those down if you don't have them. I'm going to go through these steps working through example A down here. So in example A, our vertex is -1, -2, and we know it passes through the point 0, -1. Okay, so using just these 2 points, we're going to be able to write an equation for this parabola. So we're going to start by using our vertex form. So y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, that's kind of like our backbone where we're going to start. That's our first step. The second step is to substitute in the vertex for h and k. So we know that the -1 and the -2 that are in the vertex are equivalent to our h and our k. So as I plug those in, it's going to turn into x plus h squared minus 2. And the reason it turned into a plus h is because it was a minus -1, so it turned into a plus. Oh, but I should probably write 1 instead of h so that I'm actually getting rid of some of the variables. Okay. So now I'm almost finished. I've almost got an equation written. The only thing I need to know is I need to figure out what my a value is. So to do that, I am going to substitute in this other point. So I don't know what a is, but I do know an x and a y that are paired together for this function. So I am going to substitute in this point for my x and y. So my y is -1 and my x is 0. Now just so you know, you might have your equation, instead of having a y on the left, you might have an f of x. You can also substitute the f of x for the y value instead. So that's our step 3 up here. Then I just need to simplify and solve for a. So if you look at this equation that I'm looking at right now, this third line, I only have one variable and it's a. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some simplifying. So -1 equals a times 1 squared minus 2. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 to both sides. -1 plus 2 is 1 on the left, and then a times 1 squared is just a on the right. So this tells me that our a is 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back to this equation where I had almost everything filled in except for the a. I'm just going to change my a to 1. So I'm going to have y equals 1 times x plus 1 squared minus 2. Now, a lot of you guys probably didn't write this 1 in front. That's totally fine. I probably wouldn't if I was writing it. And that will be your equation in vertex form. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll jump down and we'll do an example C. So example C, we're going to start it and we're going to kind of work through it the same way, but now we're just starting with the picture of the graph. And the graph does give us 2 points, the point 3, 1 and the point 6, -5. And because we know so much about quadratics, we know that this point 3, 1 is the vertex. So that's what we're going to use. So it's actually, I'm going to kind of start this maybe a little bit of a different way than the last one. I'm going to kind of write out the vertex form. So I have y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. I'm just going to start writing out the information that we do know. So for example, because the vertex is 3, 1, I know that h is 3 and I know that k is equal to 1. What I need to figure out is what is my a value. So I'm going to come over here on the right and I'm just going to plug in everything that I know. So I know that my h is 3 and that my k is 1. And then I'm going to see what I can do with this equation on the right to figure out what a is. So I'm just going to take this point that I have, this 6, -5, and plug it in for the x and the y values here. So the y is -5 and the x is 6. And now I'm down to one equation with one variable, so I can just work through simplifying this. 6 minus 3 is going to be 3 squared in those parentheses. So -5 equals 9a plus 1 I'll go ahead and subtract 1 from both sides to get rid of that plus 1. Again, my goal here is to get that a by itself. So negative 6 equals 9a. If I divide both sides by 9, then I'll have negative 6 over 9 equals a. Now, negative 6 over 9 is correct, but I am going to simplify that fraction too, just because it's always nice to simplify our fractions. So I'll divide the top and the bottom by 3. I will get negative 2 over 3. And that is my a value. Then once now I know my a, my h, and my k. So I can now write the equation in vertex form. So y equals negative 2 over 3 times x minus 3 squared plus 1. And then this, maybe I'll line it in red so we know it is actually our final answer. That is going to be my final answer for this problem. That's the equation of this parabola on the left. All right, I'll let you guys go ahead and work through example B on your own. Let's jump down and talk about what happens when we know what the two roots are, or what the two zeros are, and we know 1 point. Okay, so if we know the roots, we're going to use factored form. So our factored form is y equals a times x plus p times x minus q. So let's come on down to this example A, and we will work through example A following these 3 steps. So I am going to start with this factored form. Y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. Okay. I'm going to substitute in the roots for p and q. So if I look at the roots, these two numbers, the negative 1 and the 3, those are my roots. That's my p and my q. So I'm just going to go ahead and change out the p and the q in here for negative 1 and 3. Notice that when I plugged in negative 1, it changed from x minus p to an x plus 1. Now I'm kind of to a similar spot that I was in before, where I have 3 variables left, a y, an a, and an x. And I want to figure out what a is, so I'm going to take this point that I have, and I'm going to plug it in for x and y. Okay, so come back down here and make it 9 equals a times 2 plus 1 times 2 minus 3. And now this equation might look kind of messy, but I am down to just one variable, which is my a. So 9 equals a times 3 times 1. Oh, negative 1, sorry. So then 9 equals negative 3a. I'll divide both sides by negative 3, and that tells me that a is equal to negative 3. So now I can go back to this second line here, and I am just going to switch out the a for a negative 3. Now it's important that when you write your final equation, you do want to have your x's and y's. So even though we plugged in the 2 and the 9 for x and our y to help us find a, when you start writing your final answer, you don't want to have like a specific x and y in there. You just want to have a y and an x. So that is going to be the equation for your parabola, for your quadratic. All right, let's go ahead and do example C together. I'll let you guys do B. We're going to start it the same way. So again, we have 2 roots, or 2 x-intercepts, and then we have this extra point, 0, negative 10. So let's work through this one the same way we did the second example above. I'm going to start with an equation in factored form, and I want to know what a is, what p is, and what q is. Because once I know a, p, and q, I just plug them into my equation and I'm ready to rock and roll. So a is going to be a little tricky for us. Our p and our q, though, are going to be pretty easy. Those are my 2 roots. So I'm going to have a negative 2 and a 1. And I'm going to do some work on the right to figure out what a is. So I'm just going to start by plugging in my p and q. Don't forget to be super careful with the signs, positives and negatives. Now I have this equation set up, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in this point, the 0 and the negative 10 are going to be my x and my y. So negative 10 equals a times 0 plus 2 times 0 minus 1. And now I'm just going to simplify. So remember, you want to follow order of operations here. So simplify what's inside the parentheses first. And then you're just going to start multiplying together. So a times 2 times negative 1 will be negative 2a. And then I'll just divide both sides by negative 2 because I really want to get that a by itself. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. So my a value is 5. So as I come back to this list of numbers I'm trying to figure out, a is equal to 5. And now I can use all this information right here to write a final equation in factored form for this quadratic. So y equals 5 times x plus 2 times x minus 1. And if you type that into your calculator or into any graphing device, it's going to give you this graph on the left that we just looked at.